Hello, it's Redux here and welcome to episode 10 of my Let's Build series. Now we're starting off things a little bit differently here with just a quick fly through. In the last episode I mentioned we're going to be looking at a village and customizing that to use in our repository. So just having a quick fly through here, I copied some of the village parts from the vanilla world and I've pasted them here in my test world. And what we're going to do now is just take a look at them individually and build them up into something a little bit cooler. But how do we actually tackle that? Now, that's actually relatively simple. We've done it time and time again in our world. I quickly just want to run through the general techniques that I will be applying to build these up, and then we're going to go into a time-lapse mode of me building these up. I don't know how many we're going to actually include. Hopefully I can do all of them in this one episode, but remember I do also want to implement them in the world as well, so it may be that we need to split this into 2 episodes. It kind of just depends how much content I can get done as quickly as possible. But essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using these precious blocks to mark out the general shape that we're going to go for. So I imagine we want to keep with the general shape of some of these buildings, but they are super simple, so I think we're going to be adding a lot to them. I think we want to maybe keep some of the basic design aspects. So this one has an awning, we want to keep the awning. We want to keep, I think this one has a cool shape, but we might just want to make it bigger, for example. This one has the A-frame roof, so we would definitely want to make sure that that's prevalent there. With the cobblestone base, we can keep that in. Lots of use of logs with the stone building all the way up. I don't know how much I like that, but I definitely think the foundation, the wood and the A-frame roof we can keep too. This one utilizes flower boxes, but it's tiny and a bit boxy, but again, A-frame roof is very common. This one has a bit more of an interesting roof design. This looks more like a gazebo to me, or something along those lines, than an actual house. It's a very uncommon roof design, but we could maybe work with that. And then the church, obviously, I think the main thing we want to keep here is the tower with the section off the back. And the fountain, I just copied that because I thought it'd be nice to have a fountain, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that just yet. So yeah, like I said, we're going to use the precious blocks to mark out the various shapes. We'll use one colour to define the main shapes, another colour for the roof, another for the foundation, and then we'll be going through them with world edit. So I think what I'm probably going to do is hop into a time lapse of me working on this first build, and hopefully I'll just put a voiceover just explaining those steps as we go along. But once we've shaped them out, we're then going to put the colouring in and add some detail, and then hopefully what I'll do after that is just go into a time lapse for the rest of these pieces. I might come back and talk to you after I've done this first one. But yeah, let's cut into a quick time lapse and I will explain my methods to you as we go along. Well, at least that's what I would have liked to have done. However, yeah, for the first time in a long time, our footage has corrupted, but as we can see a sneak peek through here, I have done the first build, haven't done any of the others just yet. A little bit of a peek over there. So let's have a look at what we've actually done. So again, trying to keep very much along the lines of the initial build with the A-frame roofing, the general plus shape and the awning. Those were the key features we wanted to keep. Other than that, I used a lot of creative license on this build. So here I built out some foundations, I extended the build as well, I made it slightly bigger in terms of footprint, added a roof, some more detail and definition on the roof. I also added a wider awning with a little bit more design, would provide more shading here. Another little trick with the lecterns here, with the trapdoors on top, they make for really good railings as well, something you can definitely make use of inside your own builds. We also added like a little garden, there's a little bit of shading over here, sometimes I put leaves on top of these as well. Another little flower garden here with a little balcony, you can't access that from inside. and the back has just got a little flower box, a couple of leaves even dropping from the drooping down the roof. It's a tongue twister apparently, and then a chimney up top, of course, with just some granite and some bricks. Yeah, very simple. And as you can see down the back, I have pasted it backwards, and I have just created a deeper foundation for it. Now the reason I've done this is so if I paste it into the world and it's on uneven terrain, this will just automatically paste down into the ground and it won't require me to custom make all the foundations. I haven't done anything with the stairs because the stairs will get amended based on the terrain that it's pasted on. So pretty simple, just quick fly around here so you get a good look at it. Yeah, so that's cool. I mean, other than that, I've also been a little bit busy over here, so let's just update you while I'm here. So I've expanded the trees that I've got here. This tree over here is grabbed from our starter village. If you guys recognise that one, it's the first custom tree I made in the starter village. Over here we have some birch trees. These are supposed to be sort of more jungly trees that I did. And here we have some more different birch trees. And with these two I played around with putting long grass on top of the leaves as well, which gives it a nice bushy effect. But I'll quickly fly you through these so you can have a quick glance at them all. Some of them curve a little bit more, some of them more spindly. And this one is a giant lighting glitch, so that is cool. Let's have a look if I can amend that. Okay. Apparently not. Okay, so let's fly back over here. I've just got one last thing to show you guys, and that is over here. So these are rocks. I've just left them in precious materials for now because I believe that I'll probably be recolouring them once they're pasted in. So these rocks are just ones that are in the ground already, and then I thought, similar to what I've done with the house over there, this one, I then lifted them up and designed the underside for them so I could paste them in on more uneven terrain. And then just up here I've given a couple of examples of what the gradients would look like. So there you go, that would be a more standard kind of rock type like we have in the village. And then here I thought this one would be cool for a mesa, a desert, or maybe even a taiga biome as well. So yeah, just a couple of ideas for you guys. So I've been busy, I've been doing stuff, it's just annoyingly the footage corrupted for the time lapse on that one. I did pause it a few times because I had a few jobs to do, and I also ordered some food, had to pick that up, so I'm not sure if it was because I kept pausing, but I'm going to give it another quick go. I'm going to go and do a shorter time lapse on this building, just do knock something relatively quick together, very similar style to this but obviously on a smaller scale, with the replay mod, and see if that works. If it doesn't work, I'm going to have to do some troubleshooting, which might mean this episode has been pushed back to Friday, but if you're seeing this episode on Wednesday, then hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood and all that, hopefully that means that the replay mod has worked. But yeah, hopefully we'll be jumping into another quick time lapse. If not, there might be something horrendously wrong with either my hardware or maybe the server is causing some issues. I'm not sure quite what, but I'll have to look into that. But yeah, without further ado, let's crack on with the episode. So luckily it looks like the replay mod has worked for us this time around. So we're going to be jumping into this, and I'm going to be trying to talk you through a little bit of the thought process that was going on in my mind when I was building this. So we started off using precious ore blocks, and we extended the foundation and we added some more shape and definition. Here you can see I was using the diamond blocks for the walls, gold blocks for the roof, and redstone blocks for the foundation. I was trying to make the footprint of the building wider whilst also bringing more elevation by adding a tower and also a smaller roof out to the side of the main building. The emerald blocks you see here just simply marking out floor levels. Now, once I had all the basic shape in place, all I needed to do was run some simple replace commands with world edit and start adding in my detail. I used the same simple block palette that I used on the previous build and just gradually built up layers of detail. So here you can see I had a very basic shape, and I started adding the colours first, and once the colours were in place I added stairs, slabs, trapdoors and lecterns, just to try and bring a little bit of added depth and detail to my design. Now you can see I'm actually replacing this left-hand side area with which was originally spruce planks with some grass, which will eventually become some farmland. That was just because I thought there was way too much spruce going on in the build, and I wanted a little pop of colour and something to draw the eye away from all the spruce that we were using here. As you can see, we're flying around here. We're almost done with the build. It's really that simple. There's not much to it. It's a very simple process that I go by. The last thing we do is add a chimney that has the campfire in it to add a little bit of dynamism and some hanging leaves, which just ties together the similar style that we've had with the rest of the build. And it's literally as simple as that. Well, I am really happy that the replay mod actually worked this time. Just taking a quick look at this at night time, you can see it's probably worth adding a little bit of lighting into this build as well. So I'll just quickly bring you guys back to add some lighting in, and then we'll just discuss what we're going to do next with this build. So let's pop these here. I think we'll probably just put a lantern in here, and I probably need a bit of detail out on here because this is a bit bland. You can see here I put sort of cauldron, a barrel, and a little carpet in there, and again this is probably still a bit bland, but something we may well need to address. And with these builds, yeah, there's no interior, and you know, there's a bit of tidying up to do for sure, but for now it will kind of have to do. Let's have a look. Just for now we're going to put this in here. These should give us the kind of light sources that we need. Let's have a look from the outside. Okay, that's good. That gives the impression that somebody's living in there. And the light comes through the door here. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that looks nice. So yeah, quite satisfied with how this turned out. I haven't yet done the old extending the foundation deal that we did with this build here, so I'll do that at some point off camera. But I really want to get cracking with these builds. I don't know how much of this we're going to get done in the episode because it's kind of incredible how much time it takes me to finish these. I think this one took me about an hour, this one was about 40 minutes. So we've got quite a few to do, and I'm currently recording this at, 10 o'clock on Tuesday, so I don't think this is going to be a Wednesday episode, because to be honest, I really do want to get all of these done, and also I think I want to find a blacksmith and get the blacksmith done as well, so I might have to find a village and tack on the blacksmith to these builds as well. But yeah, I'm going to get cracking with as much of this as I can this evening, and then probably Wednesday night I'll get the episode finished. So it'll probably be up on Friday, probably just 2 episodes this week, and we're going to keep to the minimum of 2 episodes going forwards, but I'm really going to push for 3 episodes as much as I can, just whenever my schedule allows for it, or you know, if as long as I don't keep having issues like this to deal with, it should be fine for me to be able to do those 3 episodes. So enough with the talking, let's crack right into an episode. No voice, no talking this time. I hope you didn't mind it too much for me explaining my process. This is just going to be some good music, some cool builds, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. Well, I think we can say we've been pretty successful. I'm pretty happy with what we've achieved here. Just quickly flying by the builds that we've completed. Now, I didn't get around to doing, I also think I mentioned I wanted to do the blacksmith and I wanted to do like some little farms and stuff. As you can see, I've got some empty plots over here reserved for them at a later date. But for now, for this episode, because I've edited it down at this point as a hell of a tongue twister, I've just realised I've missed some bits here. I've edited it down this bit and we're already around the 20-minute mark anyway, and I don't want to keep you guys much longer. So I thought I'd just quickly show you that I've now copied them over, pasted them back, and I've done the foundation job on them. Added some dead coral blocks on some of these as well, and there's some wool in the andesite and some oak in the sandstone. Exactly the same as what we did with this first building here. So yeah, I think they're all looking pretty cool. I'll fix this this church up. Also, in the time lapse, some of you may have noticed that I messed up this roof design, where I had full blocks instead of stairs on the underside here. So I came round and I fixed them because I noticed in the edit that that was wrong. The same could be said for this one, but I actually like the full blocks used on this one, and it's the same on all four sides, so I've actually just left that there for now. But that is going to be it for today's episode. Thank you so much if you've made it to the end of the video. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this build style, if you think it's kind of cool, if you don't like the colour scheme. Eventually what we're going to be doing is copying these and creating numerous colour variations in these so they can be pasted and used around the world, and there may be some minor variations, and every now and then I may come and build another default building so we have more and more and more variety. These ones are all quite small because they're based on the default village, but we might want some bigger ones, some taller ones, skinny ones. We'll probably want some on off-axis as well that aren't just completely on 90 degree. We might want some at 45-degree angles, for example. But in the next episode, what we're going to be doing is hopping back into our overworld, and we're going to be making use of the assets we've built up. So off camera I'll build the farm up and the blacksmith, possibly. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, we'll see. I'm not going to make any promises. But then we're going to fly back into our world, find an area, and we're going to paste in some of these buildings, just a few, and the trees, maybe some rocks, just to show you the power of this asset world and what it's really going to be doing for us. I'll also have to tidy this all up at some point, get rid of all these buildings down here, get rid of all these ones over here, well, not get rid of them, and move them over here a little bit closer to this primary pathway, similar to what we've done with the rocks and the trees and stuff. But yeah, I'm talking too much. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye guys.